At the top tonight, we all know there are many aging streets and older neighborhoods in the city that could use a little TLC.
It actually turns out, though, that there are also newer streets that are a cause for concern for city leaders, even as some new homes are being built around them.
Our Bill Churchwell explains what's being done to keep these streets from becoming an even bigger headache in tonight's top story.
A drive down Summerwind near Weber and Yorktown on the city's south side feels more like an off-road adventure. And check out what appears to be a sinkhole right in the middle of Sam Houston Street off Cimarron in a newer neighborhood just feet away from where a brand new home is under construction.
These are maps too, you can see, Bill. They're in every district.
City Manager Peter Zanoni is showing me a long list of residential streets he says are less than a decade old but are already in need of repair.
I've noticed, and many people have noticed, premature failures in the streets, potholes, rippling, indentions.
Zanoni says the city continues to make streets a top priority. In fact, it was this week when leaders announced plans to fund the rebuilding of 43 more neighborhood streets in 2022. But that is for older streets. So what about the new ones?
It's not a good proposition for the average taxpayer to fix streets that should have a longer lifespan in those new subdivisions that the developer is responsible for building.
Zanoni says it comes down to the city's design standards that developers follow when they construct a new subdivision. Standards, he says, are not as strong as they could be.
There's failures in Cal Allen, there's failures on Flower Bluff, failures on the south side as well. What it is in our community, some of our soils are very clay-based. And so that means they react quickly to water. So if there's rainwater or moisture, they'll expand and then they'll contract when it's dry.
He says the city is hoping to revise those guidelines to improve the quality of new streets and has enlisted the help of developers. Wendy Herman is with the Coastal Bend Home Builders Association.
We've had several meetings with the engineering department and gone back and forth on the new design standards. We haven't settled on anything yet, and we're still waiting for the answer to a few questions.
She is worried about the cost, however, that could trickle down.
Potentially they could cost a whole lot more, and as always, that always affects the bottom line price of a house.
The city's engineer is expected to present those new recommended design standards for new streets to council early next year. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.